from memory. Berlin, there's food and
Berlin's got huge amounts of food.
Yeah, you get free beer in Berlin?
Free non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, sorry, I should have said that.
But in London, there's next to nothing. The goodie bag isn't particularly great either. So make sure you've got something with you in your bag.
Jelly tots.
Yeah, jelly tots, yeah. And some very plasticky nutritional bar.
Washing powder.
Keep moving as well. The first thing you're going to want to do is stop. I'll just try and keep moving as much as you can. You're going to be meeting friends and family, especially if it's London. Keep on your feet as far as you can as well, because if you sit down, you're going to have trouble getting up. Horse spray is very good for not sitting down because it's got stones everywhere, which is probably one of the reasons why the meeting area is there, so people don't sit down. But if you stay on your feet for as long as you can, do it. And if you train properly, you shouldn't have any problems with that anyway, to be honest. Maybe consider a massage straight afterwards. Have a proper meal as well. A lot of people straight after a marathon don't really want to eat anything. After a couple of hours, they really ought to be thinking about eating properly. Not huge 3-course super duper Michelin style meal maybe, but a pizza or something. Something you want to eat.
I've found the best thing to do is for your legs, apart staying on your feet, which is very important. Try and get in a pool and just waggle your legs for sort of 20 minutes, really gently. It's very, very good.
Probably try to avoid the pub to some degree. We all do it. There'll be things put out on. You don't?
You must be completely here.
Pub?
It's essential.
Oh, essential.
Acute pain.
Yes. Okay. Well, okay. I was trying to do the proper thing. Can I have a wine? There will be a pub after London. It was the Buckingham Arms just around the corner from here. Come on down. If the weather's great, it's great. Stand outside, have a beer. It takes the pain away. It starts to take the pain away. So have another one, and that will get rid of the pain. The proper answer is don't overdo the alcohol. The real answer is we probably all do, but you know what this club's like. So have a beer, and make yourself happy. You just finished a marathon. No matter how it's gone, you just finished a marathon. I count mine. I've done 12. Some of them I'm not particularly happy with, but I don't care. I've still done 12. I forget about how happy they were. Once you've done it, you look back on it and you'll be happy with what you've done. Actually, at some point in the future, won't you? Yeah, even you. Running again quickly afterwards is a thorny issue. Some people can take it and they start running. Almost invariably, though, the people I see who start running quickly end up getting injured pretty quickly too, if they start building back up too fast. Probably the best way to do it is to taper in reverse. So whatever you've done beforehand, start building back up the same way. And so you get back up to getting back to the before, probably cutting the intensity down a bit further on the taper if you can, unless you've got something else.
I view this as the most injury-likely period of my life, the sort of 3 weeks after a marathon. I basically don't do any serious work unless I'm really feeling up for it. So I don't do anything. You know, I have a rule for the next month. I never do anything I don't want to, running-wise. It's just, you know, when I feel up for it, I'll do it. So I don't do any reps for maybe another 3 weeks. I certainly don't do any long runs. You know, but I just treat myself and say, well, you've got to recover now, and that means don't push it.
Again, you've got to say, why would you be doing a long run? You know, what's the point? And this comes down to the next thing on my slide here. It says, don't do another marathon for 6 months to a year. That's what it says here. I can't say that and not keep a straight face, because last year I did London and did 4 marathons in the next 4 months. Most of them are off-road. This is a bit different to running road marathons. But they all got slower and slower, and they got harder and harder.
How about if you treat the first marathon purely as a almost training exercise to do a distance, do it nice and slowly, nice and easily, with your target as the second marathon?
My view would be, if I was going to do that, I would be going to run the first one properly, and if that doesn't work at some point in the first marathon, just think, okay, either abandon it completely, or just cut the pace and join it really slowly in, and have the second one's back up, rather than thinking I'd do 26 miles slowly.
It's very hard, because if you commit to the first one, you're unlikely to then be able to commit to the second one if it's within, you know, I mean, I did Polytechnic and then did Chicago 6 weeks after it, and that was really tough. As it was, I did get quicker, but I think I was learning a lot about how I need to approach marathons.
I'm not sure whether it's slightly different, but the second one's going to be the Mont Blanc Marathon. Which
that's
different.
That's just surviving. You're going to be walking loads of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're just going to be surviving that. So is the first one London?
First one's Sussex, which is 2 weeks before London. So
But writing.
They're very different, because
Yeah.
Mont Blanc is not about time, it's about finishing it,
Yeah.
and the scenery and the so on.
Yeah. So I'd raise the first one in that case. Because Mont Blanc, a lot of it is just going up zigzag hills, walking zigzag hills. Good luck. I've not done it, but I know people that have, and I've seen photos of people that finish. People I think, are sub 3 hour, female sub 3 hour runners, absolutely knackered.
I might have taken the photo.
Oh, Claire Embry. Yeah, you've seen it.
Oh, you've seen it.
You know what it's like. Yeah, she was. Yeah. But it can be done. I've run London followed by a marathon in North West Scotland, Cape Wrath, about 3.5, 4 weeks later. And both times I've run much better at Cape Wrath than I did in London. Cape Wrath's quite hilly as well, but just seemingly, I've run between 6 to 10 minutes slower at Cape Wrath, but a much, much hillier course than London.
I think Henrik has done like 2 of the adjacent weekends at serious, like 2:30 round pace.
So it can happen.
Crazy, but then he's in his own league.
Alternatively, book something, go away somewhere, go to the theatre, just do nothing for a couple of weeks. It won't hurt you. In fact, it'll probably do a lot of good. Try something different. Go and play badminton for a week, go rock climbing. So keep fit, but don't necessarily run. And then come back to it when you're refreshed. There is nothing worse than starting off after a marathon, coming back a bit too soon, when you're not really ready, when you've not got a focus, you've not got a goal, and you're running for the sake of it, because quite a lot of people lose interest very fast.
What about sort of cycling and swimming? They should be a bit gentler on the body.
Yeah, swimming's fine.
Swimming, great.
And so, because I got a half Ironman 4 weeks after my first marathon. So how long should I wait then before I start doing it with it?
I'm not a cyclist at all, but I'd be probably a bit wary about cycling too hard too quickly.
Swimming's probably better, I mean, you're cycling sort of a couple of days off. Don't think about swimming.
Yeah,
You've got to play it by how it feels compared to swimming before. If it feels the same, then you're probably okay. It's like, the big muscles are different muscles, normally. Cycling is closer to the same set, and I'd be personally very leery about getting on a bike.
Right, we're gonna wrap up now. So any sort of general questions, come up and see us afterwards. Thanks to Greg and John and Urban for arranging. Hope you enjoyed it. As you can tell, we could be here all night. If you've got any questions, say email or come and see us later. The pack will be on the website soon.
Thank you. If you want to give us any feedback later, after we've been reflecting on it, please do so, because we have done this the last couple of years now. We want to make sure it's worth doing for people. So constantly, we're doing the right thing. Keeping the right thing.